He didn't know that one act of kindness, in the middle of nowhere, would change the direction of his life forever. A struggling single dad with oil-stained hands and calluses that told 1,000 stories, stopped to help a stranger, never realizing she wasn't just a farmer with a broken tractor, but a woman who owned vast fields across America's heartland. Before you dive in, make sure you stay till the very end, because this story isn't just about tractors, farmland, or survival. It's about hope, second chances, and why sometimes the smallest act of goodness can bring the biggest miracles. And if you find yourself touched by it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories like this. The sun beat down hard on the gravel road as Daniel adjusted the straps of his worn-out tool bag. His truck had broken down 2 days ago, and money for repairs wasn't even an option. He had been hitching rides between small towns, searching for odd jobs. Anything that would let him bring home dinner for his 6-year-old daughter, Emma. She was the reason he kept going. Every night, when she wrapped her tiny arms around his neck and whispered, "It's okay, Daddy, we'll be fine," he found the strength to keep moving forward. On that particular afternoon, he saw her. A woman, maybe mid-30s, her hair tied back under a sun-bleached cap, standing next to a large green tractor that sat helpless in the middle of a field. The way she kicked the tire in frustration made him smile for the first time that week. Daniel walked over cautiously. "Need a hand?" he asked, pushing back his messy hair and wiping the sweat from his forehead. The woman sighed, relief softening her features. "Only if you know how to make this stubborn thing move again. I've been out here since morning. I can't afford to lose another day." Daniel crouched down, running his fingers over the greasy engine. "I'll take a look. No promises, but I've fixed a lot of machines in my time." What he didn't say was that his hands had once built engines worth millions, before life had taken a cruel turn. His wife's passing had left him drowning in medical bills, and the weight of single fatherhood had pulled him out of his career and into survival mode. But machines he still understood. As he worked, the woman, her name was Sarah, watched him. There was something steady in the way he moved, something quiet in his determination. "Most men would have walked past," she said softly, almost to herself. "Most men don't have a daughter who depends on them," he replied, tightening a bolt. "I can't afford to look away from someone who needs help." It took an hour, a few clever adjustments, and one of Daniel's last spare tools, but the tractor roared back to life. Sarah's face lit up with a mixture of shock and gratitude. You saved me. I didn't even catch your name." "Daniel," he said, standing up and wiping the grease on his jeans. "Just Daniel." "I'm Sarah," she said, extending her hand. "You don't know how much this means to me." Daniel shrugged. "Glad I could help. No need for anything in return." But Sarah wasn't done. She looked at him, really looked at him, the tired eyes, the clothes patched at the elbows, the hunger disguised behind his polite smile. "Do you need work?" she asked carefully. "I could use someone like you on the farm." His instinct was to decline. Pride was something he clung to, even when life tried to strip it from him. But then he thought of Emma, waiting at home, probably with nothing more than cereal for dinner. He swallowed. "Yes. I need work." What Daniel didn't know was that Sarah wasn't just a small farmer trying to keep a tractor alive. She was the silent backbone of thousands of acres across the Midwest, the owner of multiple farms passed down from generations, land that fed families across America. She wore old jeans and worked with her hands because she loved the soil, not because she had to. And something about Daniel's humility struck her heart. Days turned into weeks. Daniel worked harder than any man Sarah had ever hired. He arrived before sunrise, stayed past sunset, and never once complained. He fixed broken fences, repaired old machines, and even taught the younger farmhands tricks they'd never seen before. But what touched Sarah most wasn't his skill, it was the way he brought Emma along sometimes, making her feel safe and happy in the wide-open fields. Emma ran barefoot in the tall grass, laughing again, chasing butterflies with Sarah's dogs, her cheeks glowing with joy that had been missing for too long. One evening, as the sun dipped into a blaze of orange, Sarah found Daniel sitting on the porch steps, Emma asleep against his chest. "She loves it here," Sarah whispered. Daniel smiled faintly. "It's the first time in months she's laughed like this. I can't thank you enough." But Sarah shook her head. "You don't owe me thanks, Daniel. If anything, I should thank you. This farm was starting to feel like a burden. You've reminded me why I love it." Still, Daniel kept his distance. He admired Sarah deeply, but he couldn't imagine someone like her, kind, strong, rooted, ever choosing someone like him, a man broken by loss and debt. What he didn't realize was that Sarah wasn't just offering him work, she was slowly opening her heart. The turning point came during harvest season. A critical machine broke down, and without it, tons of crops risked rotting in the field. The workers panicked, but Daniel rolled up his sleeves, determined to save it. For 12 hours straight, he labored, sweat pouring, hands bleeding, Emma sitting nearby holding his water bottle. When the machine finally roared back to life, the whole team cheered. But Sarah had tears in her eyes. She saw not just a worker, but a man who refused to give up, no matter the odds. That night, she